Hey guys, and welcome to Disney WTF, where we talk about what's the fuss about Disney. I'm Richie, and I'm here with my partner in good deeds, Lori, and she's a Disney lover, and I just don't get it, but somehow we figured out a way to make this relationship work. Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
I'm excited for you.
It's like take 5 on the intro. Oh, that was rough. Anyway, alrighty, so headlines.
Okay, so today I have 2 headlines that really excited me. So, number 1, Pandora, the world of Avatar, is finally open at Animal Kingdom.
Nice.
Which is super exciting.
I've heard.
And I can't wait to go see. We're going this Friday. But we hear that lines are 2 hours just to get into the land. So we'll have to see what happens when we get there.
Yeah.
I made fast passes for Everest at 9 in the morning anyways. So if we can't get in, we'll just try later and go ride Everest.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. And then my second headline for today is the Slinky Dog Dash roller coaster at Disney's Hollywood Studios, which, Richie, I'm not sure if you're aware.
I don't know what that is.
Okay. They are renovating Hollywood Studios to add a Toy Story Land. So this ride is going to be a part of that. And now the coaster track is up, and you can see an aerial view if you search for it online, and it looks really, really cool. So super excited about that.
So they're going to add a Toy Story Land.
Uh-huh.
Okay, because there's one in Tokyo's Disney Sea, right?
Was it specifically Toy Story Land?
Yeah, I remember seeing like an area of it over there.
Well, they have Toy Story Midway Mania. That's a ride.
In where?
In Tokyo Disney Sea.
Oh, okay, maybe that's what it was then.
Yeah.
It looked like a whole area. Anyway, okay. So that's it for your headlines?
That's it for my headlines.
Okay, cool.
Those were just the 2 exciting things I really wanted to talk about.
So we have a couple things we're going to talk about in this episode, but the first thing I want to address is, so we posted an Instagram post not too long ago asking people, how long they've been a Disney fanatic, and it was like an overwhelming response with responses of these, and I was pretty fascinated to see like all the different ways that people were like started becoming fans of Disney. Mm-hmm. Anywhere from like kids, like people watching movies, like all they saw was watching, like there was one person on there that they watched movies and then for I don't know how long, and then maybe they had always dreamed of going to Disney, and then when they were 18 they went to Disney. Like it's just crazy that was like probably like a lifelong dream of theirs. And then they went.
Yeah, there were people from when they were first born, their family were super Disney fanatics. There were people, after my honeymoon, I started to become a super Disney fanatic.
Yeah.
So it's pretty crazy that at any point in your life, you can make that change,
yeah.
Which is why we're here today.
Yeah, no, and then like the honeymoon thing is interesting because, it's not just kids that have been dreaming about Disney or watching Disney shows or going to Disney with their family, but people that have never even been to Disney, just decided to go there on their honeymoon or go to Orlando on their honeymoon or LA, wherever, or not LA, where's it? Anaheim?
Anaheim.
In Anaheim, wherever.
Oh my gosh, you knew where it was on your own.
So,
breakthrough.
It's crazy that, that was their first like falling in love with Disney, like on their honeymoon. I don't know. It's really interesting. I was pretty overwhelmed.
I agree. I mean, for me, my fanatic switch was probably when I was 18 or 19, because we always went when I was little, because we've always lived in Florida. And it was just something that we did as a family. And then one time I went up on my own, well, with a friend, but went up there as a young adult. And then I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And then things just escalated extremely quickly from there.
I can see that because we're here. Okay, so.
And one other thing I did want to address in terms of housekeeping. So last week I did have a breakthrough from Carousel of Progress. So last week's episode was about Carousel of Progress, and we kind of talked about the technology of each scene was kind of showcasing the technology of the era that it was in. And I don't think I connected the two, but it's like Tomorrowland technology. I don't know. I don't want to sound dim, but it was a breakthrough for me.
I don't get what the breakthrough is.
Well, so each scene showcases technology of the era.
Okay.
We've got working snap-on electric lights. Yeah, but it's in Tomorrowland.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was just, you never made the fact that like Carousel of Progress is within Tomorrowland.
Well, I mean, I always knew it was.
Yeah, but you didn't think about it
yeah,
in a way
exactly.
of the relationship it had with each other. Gotcha. Cool. Okay.
So I'm excited about that.
Nice.
So something that Richie wanted to talk about on today's episode was...
religion and Disney.
Okay.
I'm curious to know.
And it's not a topic that I've researched in the past. It's just not something I was super familiar with until he asked me about it. And then I was like, because we always go to Disney and we see a pretty good diverse group of people.
Yeah.
From all different backgrounds and different parts of the world. So, it's interesting to think, well, what are the religious services that are available at Disney? So the first thing I want to propose to you, when you go to the Japan Pavilion, is there anything interesting that you see?
I don't remember the Japan Pavilion.
Okay, so do you remember what a tori is?
No, I do not.
No? Well, when we were in Japan, remember when we went to the coffee shop that was by that old guy? And it was at the end of the street, and he was like, he drew the picture of the tori for us. It was like, this is what represents...
Oh, okay. The symbol for like the temple.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So actually in Japan, there's a large replica of a tori that you look out onto the lagoon, and it's like you see a perfect picture of Spaceship Earth in the middle.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So in Japan they did it. They incorporated.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But it's one of those things you kind of just associate with Japan because it's a part of the traditional architecture, but it's actually a religious symbol.
Thing.
So it's supposed to represent entering into somewhere sacred.
Okay.
So that's why you'll kind of see it before you enter into temples.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also the big pagoda in Japan. Do you remember that? No? Okay. Well, there's also a big pagoda in Japan, which is supposed to be a symbol of, it's represented a lot in Buddhist temples.
Okay.
So it's part of the traditional architecture there. So, I mean, two things right there that are just built in to Epcot that are technically religious in nature.
Yeah.
But obviously there's no religious practices or services that are held there. Nothing super traditional. It's more of just a representation.
Yeah.
But I thought that was pretty cool.
Okay, so so that makes sense to have the religious aspects in Epcot because it's showcasing, those countries and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But what about like in Magic Kingdom or like in what about like the origins of maybe Walt Disney and maybe any of his like beliefs or any like religious like that he like introduced using religion or he somehow talked about religion in one way or another within like his creations of Disney. Is there anything like that?
Not that I came up with in my research.
Okay. So
I was more thinking present day, like what's available.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Because I feel like that's almost more, I don't know, to me that's more what's relevant.
Gotcha. So what else did you find?
So actually also in World Showcase, which now I don't even know if this is what you were getting at when you asked me this question.
Okay.
There's something called a Stave Church. So it's literally a replica of a wooden church that was built in like the 1000s.
Okay.
Like
Where is this?
way in Norway.
Okay.
Way old. And it's a traditional wooden church. It's not an active church in Disney.
Oh, okay.
Again,
it
but
just looks like it.
Yeah, so it's more of a gallery museum.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if they have like a praying area.
Well, it's funny. I did come across some information about guest services. If you do find the need to, if you practice prayer and you need to practice prayer in the middle of a park, you can go to guest services and they can direct you to different areas that might be appropriate.
That's interesting.
So, I mean, it seems like they're super accommodating.
Yeah.
I don't know what the offerings are, what they tell you, if they're actually okay for what you would need to use them for, the spaces, but it seems like they're pretty accommodating towards what you want.
Nice. Okay, cool.
Something that's always confused me, I'm always curious about this whenever I go to the park, at least in the past few years. So have you ever seen the planes that fly over that put religious messages in the sky? Well, I've always wondered, because you never really see planes flying that low in Disney, so I researched it, and it turns out that from September 11th Disney was actually a no-fly zone. At least Magic Kingdom was. So you couldn't fly less than 3,000 feet above Disney, Magic Kingdom.
So Magic Kingdom is a no-fly zone.
Well, up until last year it was, but I remember always seeing those planes like way before last year when it ended. And fun fact, the reason why it ended was because Disney wanted to incorporate drones into their entertainment, but that's besides the point. So
Disney, well, that's a fun fact. So that means Disney's going to start using drones probably. They're going to use like the technology probably from the Super Bowl when they used the drone to make the Pepsi thing. They're probably going to use that like in their fireworks show. Watch, I bet you.
You know what's funny? They did say fireworks show.
It's a clear win. Like they're going to be able to map out, you know, Mickey and like a whole animation using drones in the air. That's like coming.
You're getting off topic though.
Sorry. Drones.
So what I'm trying to say is that these planes could still fly that low even though it was a no-fly zone, and Disney has the power to make them not fly. So I'm wondering if there's somehow connected to the Disney company or, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
That is interesting.
So, but yeah.
So, fun facts about religion. And so the next thing I wanted to know about was...
Facts.
Okay, go.
So on Christmas and Easter, they do have Catholic and Protestant services that are held in resorts.
Okay. In the resorts, like in the hotels.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it seems like they're somewhat accommodating.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What else?
No, that's it.
That's all the fun facts you have. Okay. So,
I have a few more, but I think that you're ready to move on.
Okay, so the other topic that we wanted to talk about was the comparison of like traffic and busyness levels of all the parks. What did you find?
So the top 3 most busy theme parks in the whole world. Number 1, Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
Number 2, Disneyland in California. Number 3, Tokyo Disneyland.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like, how did it compare? Were there any sort of like, how do they measure that?
Well, by attendance.
By attendance.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Cool.
Here are the exact numbers. Magic Kingdom, 20.5 million. Disneyland, 18.3 million. And this is in a year. Tokyo Disneyland, 16.6 million.
So that's the revenue that
No.
they made. Oh,
No.
million people.
Visitors.
Oh, visitors. Oh, shoot.
If they made that much, do you think they would be able to do
Yeah,
all that they
I
could
guess-
do?
I guess they'd have to make
That's not
billions.
much.
You're I'd like to know how much they make in comparison. I guess we'll be able. Maybe we can find that out later for next episode.
Well, the crazy thing, well, maybe you can. The crazy thing, the top 9 parks visited in the world, only one of them is not a Disney park.
Wait, what?
So the top 9 most visited theme parks in the world, only one of them, which is number 4, Universal Studios,
In Orlando.
California,
Oh, okay.
is not a Disney park.
Wow.
So that means they hold the top 9 positions, 8 of the top 9 positions.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. Nah, Disney's a boss. They're a boss of the theme park world.
Yeah.
Nice.
I feel like you're finally getting it.
So
Yeah.
what else?
And then more to go on, they hold, let's see, this is so crazy. Number 11, so let's see, 9 of the top 11 most visited parks are Disney. I don't know. It's pretty amazing.
That is pretty
that they have
amazing.
such a reach on the world. But then you kind of figure...
On the world.
Yeah.
Like not just like America,
Yeah,
the world.
exactly.
It's
So
crazy.
I mean, it's interesting to see those types of numbers, but
Cool. All right. Well, I think we've exhausted all of our fun topics that we wanted to bring to you guys today. Right?
I think so.
Did you have any more? Okay.
No, I think that's it.
Okay, good.
So I want to thank everybody for listening. I just hit our stormtrooper. I just want to thank everybody for listening, and we really hope you have a super magical day. Bye.